Hello, hello. So it happened again today. My house needed food. It happens 2 to 3 times every week. And yet, every time I get like this, I'm like scared. I'm scared to go to the grocery store. Why am I scared to go to the grocery store? Beautiful souls, my name is Lisa, and today is day 11 of Shame Stories, and it's going to be about the grocery store. I think it's interesting how we're on day 11 now, and I've been pulling up the shame, and it's like I pull one thing and then like 3 more come out, and then 3 more, and then 7 more, and I think that like there's just so much. You know, it's so interesting how much shame we can be holding. So, today's is about the grocery store. And what I want, there's so many different parts to this too. Like, how do you have shame about going to a grocery store? Okay. Well, first of all, whenever I first moved out, I felt really uncomfortable, not confident in my ability to buy the food that I needed. Luckily, I was working in food, so I didn't really have to buy food until I had kids. And then it became a huge point of pressure for me because it really is a lot figuring out what people are going to eat for all of their meals every single day until forever. It seems, anyway. So that was it. That's a part of it. Like, part of me feels like maybe because I'm a woman, or because I'm a mom, or because I'm a human, I don't know, that you should just know what you're supposed to buy and how much of it. You know, I remember one of the stories I used to hear growing up was about my mom and how when she first got married with my father, she went to the grocery store and the salt was on sale. So she bought like enough salt for a decade. And so they were like making fun of her for that. So maybe some of that's involved with it. Like, I don't want to be made fun of because I buy the wrong thing, you know. And then there's like, if you don't get the right things, then you don't have what you need to cook. And that's, I mean, I guess part of the learning curve that I didn't really enjoy too much. So then there's like going to the grocery store, right? Whenever I'm actually at the store, there's sometimes I feel like I'm in the way, like I'm moving too slow and I'm being a burden to people, you know? And then there's sometimes that I feel like I'm too rushed and like there's people in my way and it's like, you know that feeling? Anyway, there's that, which I don't know how that quite connects to the fear, but it's definitely this anxiety of like, am I in the way? Am I going too fast? You know, instead of like you're out of your body trying to make everybody else comfortable around you while you are so comfortable. I don't even know if that made sense, but yeah, it's a big ball of anxiety. So, you know, whenever I do go to the store, I try to go whenever there's not a lot of people. So I'll go in the morning or later in the evening. I avoid it at all costs before the holidays because that is insanity. Or like if there's a hurricane coming or something, I'm not doing it. But yeah, like I think that anxiety of not being able to take up space and just being annoyed really with people and when they're going too slow, you know, so this means I probably need to slow down, right? But then I feel like I'm taking up too much space. There's the other anxiety of like if you run into somebody that maybe you don't necessarily want to see. So there's uncertainty there. So there's all of these things, right? Am I going to be able to get what's on my list? Is my list even what I need? Am I going to see whoever that I really don't want to see right now? And am I going to like cause a collision in an aisle, you know? And then if you bring kids in there with you, like they're running into you with their cart and like running up and down the aisles, and you got to be like, ah, or they're crying because they don't get what they want. And like, I'm just saying, it's a lot. So whenever I started to unpack this, like, why do I feel this way about the store? And I just named several reasons that make logical sense as to why a human wouldn't feel okay. But then the shame turns it into like I am not a functioning human. There must be something wrong with me because like everybody else goes to the store and they're fine. Are we really though? I don't think anybody loves going to the grocery store, if we're being honest here. You know, so there's all these reasons. And then here I am sitting here thinking that I'm a bad human, a bad mom, a bad woman, because I have all these feelings about the grocery store. And then you get well, you can just order groceries, which I remember when my oldest, I was pregnant with him, and I had heard that they were starting delivery. Now, when I was pregnant with him, I did have a panic attack in a grocery store, and I had to leave all my stuff, go home, and then come back at a later time. And that was the craziest experience I've ever had in a grocery store, and maybe that's part of it too. But when we got Instacart here, I was very excited about it when I was pregnant. We got it here a little bit before 2020, and I wouldn't use it. I was like so excited, but I couldn't bring myself to it. It was like asking for help, right? All the shame around that. I'm an able-bodied human that can go to the store. Like, that's for people who can't go to the store. You know, like, what was that about? I'm happy to report that today I did call my good friends Instacart. Well, I didn't call them. I didn't even have to call. I just messaged them. And they brought me my groceries, and I did not feel any shame or guilt for it. But yeah, there was a lot of, like, I did use Instacart during COVID because I felt like less people out was better, you know? But then as soon as COVID ended, I went back to not using it. And then I got a DUI in 2023, and I had to use it then. So it was like I could use it as long as I had a reason, right? If I'm sick, then I can use it. Not just because I feel like it. Like, you know, like I don't have the capacity to go to the store. Like I would force myself into that, you know? And so looking into all of these different aspects, it's so interesting. I know most of the shame things we've been talking about have been bigger, like, you know, lying, slowing down, letting go, you know, they've been bigger. The grocery store seems so simple, like something that everybody has to do. It's like, you know, if you don't, you're gonna die. So yeah, it's interesting how many moving parts are in such a small aspect of shame. And that one aspect is just one small example of the bigger scope of all the different things, you know? So yeah, if you're grocery shopping today and you feel a little anxious, it's okay. It's okay that you feel that way. I totally understand. Like, it's getting crazier and crazier too. And there's no reason to feel like you're deficient or bad or wrong, or like you're just a human. And it's hard sometimes. Bye.